Overcapacity, cost issues, government and union pressure, all challenges to Ford's competitive position in Europe. CEO Alan Mulally has just delivered the keynote address at the CeBIT Technology Show in Hanover, Germany. This is a focal point and expo for the latest tech advances. More than 6,000 companies at the show. He is joining us now. Alan, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We know you highlighted the European introduction of sync technology. In North America, a system available in 3 million vehicles. So now that it's available in Europe, how many cars can this sell in the region? Is it going to help you win market share points?
Well, absolutely, and as you pointed out, is a reason to buy a Ford vehicle now, because we have been leading on the voice-activated voice recognition, so they can keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and yet be able to interface with our digital world. And as you pointed out, 80% of the vehicles that are ordered in the United States now are equipped with Sync and My Ford Touch. And when you interview the people after they've had a chance to use it, 80% of those customers now recommend it to their friends. It was so exciting today to introduce this in Europe. We're going to have it available in 19 different languages around the world, 9 different languages in Europe, and each vehicle in Europe will be delivered with 4 that are the languages that are most useful in the area in which we deliver the vehicle. So it was very well received, because not only does it allow us to integrate with the digital world, but also it removes the distractions and allows us to be even better drivers.
Alan, this clearly may add some appeal to Ford cars for those European buyers, but as you well know, there's a price war underway in Europe right now, and people are very sensitive to price. Car sales are falling. Everybody's looking for the best deal. Is Ford going to be drawn into that European price war?
No, it's not. It's absolutely not our plan. And you noticed that at the end of last year, when we saw some heavily discounting, that we decided not to chase that low margin business, because the value that we have in the vehicles is really valuable, and people do not want to have their residual values deteriorated by near-term price reductions. And so the most important thing we do is to focus on those 4 pillars: the very best quality, fuel efficiency, CO2, safety, smart design like Sync and My Ford. And with our scale worldwide, using and leveraging our global capabilities, provide our vehicles most affordably.
And we know, Alan, that Europe, in theory anyway, suffers from excess capacity more than North America right now, especially post-bankruptcy for North America. Would you still say that you have 30 to 35% excess manufacturing capacity in Europe?
Absolutely, and I really believe that over time that the business need to run the business as a business. They need to be able to operate profitably, because you cannot continue practices where you're not. So even though we have this overcapacity in the near term, I really believe the fundamental business economics are going to be what determines the fundamental pricing of these vehicles, because we need to be able to earn a reasonable return so we can continue to invest. And the companies that follow that discipline of matching the production to the real demand and the value that's inherent in the vehicle are going to be the ones that survive a long time and prosper.
What can you really do, though, in Europe, because we assume that there's not going to be a bankruptcy reorg there?
Well, I think the most important thing we do is we match our production to the real demand. And we know that works, because we've done that in the United States, we've done that in Asia Pacific. And then the people, we absolutely fit the vehicles with the capability and the things that they really value, like the quality, the fuel efficiency, the safety, the smart design. But the most important thing is to match the demand with the real production.
Alan, in remarks earlier today that you said your joint venture in Russia will increase Ford sales dramatically there. What I'd like to know is, what does dramatically mean? How many cars can you sell in Russia, and by when?
Well, we have not given that kind of guidance going forward, but you can imagine the power of Sollers and of Ford coming together using our joint manufacturing capability. We can bring the value of the entire Ford brand, the complete family of vehicles, the best in class. This is a tremendous market. It's going to continue to grow, and we think we can really serve well our Russian customers.
We know the terms weren't disclosed, but you're going to begin this activity, the manufacturing, towards the end of this year. How do you see Russia and the sales that you can get from that country versus the rest of Europe? Just what kind of growth rate is going to come?
Well, I think most people believe that Russia over the next few years is going to be one of the biggest markets in all of Europe. And so we've had a great presence there. We've had engineering, manufacturing, production, sales, distribution there. And so this is a chance for us with our partner in a public-private partnership with the government to be able to actually accelerate the introduction of the vehicles that people really do want and value in Russia. But it's a tremendous market for it, and they love the Blue Oval.
Alan, we've all seen oil prices rocket past $100 in recent days. It's still above $100 in Europe. If we see a sustained increase in oil and gasoline prices, how is that going to affect Ford sales?
Well, very important question. And as you well know and have reported, 4.5 years ago, Ford took a very clear point of view that we believe that over time we were all going to pay more for energy, especially supporting the growth of commodities and the growth of the economy in Asia Pacific. So that's the decision that we took, to have a full family of vehicles, small, medium, and large, cars, utilities, and trucks. And every vehicle, no matter what its size, would be best in its class in terms of quality, fuel efficiency, safety, really smart design, and of course the very best value. So we have positioned ourselves now with what most people believe is the most comprehensive full family of world-class vehicles. So we also have introduced flexibility in our manufacturing. So for example, on the Focus size we're just introducing now, the brand new Focus, we're going to make a petrol version, we're going to make a diesel version, we're going to make a hybrid version, we're going to make a plug-in hybrid and an all-electric vehicle, and we're going to be making them on the same production line with 80% of the parts being exactly the same, so that we can match our production to what the real demand is and do it most affordably.
Alan, thank you for joining us here. Alan Mulally, the CEO of the Ford Motor Company, talking about his plans for Europe and how he's going to counter the impact of rising oil prices.